Hey everybody out there in the YouTube world. Um, this is going to be just a little channel update just to tell you guys my position and how I feel about things here. I love my channel. I love making content and I'm going to keep doing it, but it's super duper slow for me and I do it whenever I honestly can. I've had comments in the past um, whenever I come back from a couple months of not making content and a video or two release, and people, are super nice and super grateful that I'm back, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys out there who do that, and thank you for watching and sticking around. Um, but I always feel kind of bad, and it's not your fault, but I feel bad about it because I'm like, man, these people want to see my stuff, and I should have stuff out all the time for them, and I just can't do that. If I'm honest, I in my real world everyday life I have a big boy job and I work it a lot. I generally work several hundred hours of overtime a year. um, on top of my other hobbies I try and get time for, like skiing, and back here I have my piano that I try and play. And I like to go camping and go see the world. I try and get around to all the national parks, at least all the ones that I can. And so it takes me a long time to devote time to the channel. Um, and I keep going in little stints where I'll make like 4 or 5 videos and be super consistent and then stop being. And it's annoying. I shouldn't do that, but that's kind of how life has come out for me. On top of personal issues I have to deal with. I have some family things that take a lot of my time after work, that I can't get away from that. Family's family. They will always come first. But I would like to get better and more consistent. So this is kind of my promise to you that I'm going to try and put out some content at least a little more consistently. I'm going to kind of take the Paul McGowan approach. If you don't know Paul McGowan, he is the P from PS Audio, Paul and Stan Audio. The last of he's one of the two remaining co-founders of the company. Stan is no longer with that company. But PS Audio, they make very high-end equipment that I cannot afford at all. But he has a YouTube channel out there, PS Audio. Just that's the channel, PS Audio. And he puts out content nearly every day. So go if you want to hear a lot from someone who's been an audiophile for way longer than I've been alive and knows a hell of a lot more than I do. Go listen to him because he knows what's up and what he's talking about. But I'm going to do kind of his approach and try and make multiple videos at once. I've already recorded 2 tonight, and I have one that I recorded a little while ago that I have saved up, and I'm going to try and just record 4 or 5 videos at a time when I have a chance and just post them all. I just have them release, a week or two apart from each other so that they're kind of out there consistently. And I'm hoping to get better to a point where I can release a video or two a week fairly consistently by adopting this kind of workflow. That said, I don't make a promise that it will happen all the time because life gets in the way and I can't change that. That light is too aggressive. I am so sorry. I'm going to just kind of move that away. Um, but yeah, so that's what's happening with that. A couple comments from the past that I would like to address that people have put in my comment section. Um, Someone at some point, a couple people have mentioned that they hope I make a career out of this, but need to up my quality and stuff and do things more in my own way instead of copying other people. To that point, fair. I am not trying to exclusively copy, but I do have a style that is very similar to other reviewers, specifically Zeus Pantera, uh, and that's just how I am. One of the reasons I love Zio so much is because he and I just talk in a similar manner, and we have similar interests. So he and I, we don't know each other at all, but I kind of jive with him. But I will do my best going forward to try and be a little more unique and individual, but I'm still going to be a little like Zeos. I just can't change my personality. And I'm also going to try and stop using the head-mounted GoPro because people don't seem to like that a lot, and also primarily because all my batteries died, and I don't want to buy more batteries for a camera that's 6 generations out of date now. I think that would just kind of be silly. So I'm going to try and go more to a just static, maybe handheld or static camera, and see how that goes. But to the point of making a career out of it, I don't intend on making a career out of this. Like I said, I have a real person job that I went to school for a long time and spent a lot of money to do, and I don't intend on leaving that. I don't intend on that ever happening. Now, never say never. If this somehow magically took off and I had hundreds of thousands of subscribers like Zeos does, or Joshua Valor, or whatever, DMS, and I could make a living off of it, maybe I'd consider it. But that's so far out of the scope of what I think this ever will be that I'm not going to consider it at all. So I'm going to keep doing this as a hobby. So I hope that helps explain a little bit about my situation and the way this channel is going to go. I'm going to try and do better and be more professional and do what I can, but it's how life is. The other thing is gear. I have some gear left to review still in my house. I have plenty of videos left, but I also want videos about me building speakers, because that's something I want to keep trying, because I did one set and I want to try a couple more, see if I can improve and take you more on that journey, which I could make several videos per set of speakers. That's a lot of content I can make there. And I want to do some just kind of like music theory and audiophile theory. That will give me some more content to talk about, because I also enjoy that. But I also am going to run out of gear eventually. I still have plenty for now, but I don't have an infinite amount of gear, and I'm not going to keep buying infinite amounts of gear. I buy gear that I actually want to own, and I don't get review copies from companies. That would make no sense. I am way too small for them to ever notice. So it's not like Koss or Klipsch are going to just send me hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of equipment for the my subscribers to view yet. Maybe someday, but I'm not holding my breath. So I'll do what I can, and I will find content to make. But it's not, if I haven't reviewed something you want me to review, something that came out recently or is about to come out, if I really like the product or think it's interesting, I'll buy it and I'll review it. But if I don't have a personal interest vested in it, I can't do that. I can't afford, in money nor space, to just buy every headphone or speaker or amp or headphone amp or DAC or turntable or switcher or cable or anything that comes out. I can't do it for everything. So I apologize that I am not the end-all be-all for that. I'll do my best, but I can't do everything. So thank you all for supporting me. If you like the content, let me know. If you don't, you have constructive criticism, please let me know as well. And I will see you soon with more content. Thank you, everybody.